Wine Country. I'm Pauline, your host, and today I'm excited because we're at a beautiful bed and breakfast in Newberg, Oregon. It's Chehalem Ridge Bed and Breakfast, and I'm sitting here with the owner, Kristen. Her husband's also part owner, but he's not here today, so Kristen knows a lot. She can answer all my questions, I'm sure. Can you, Kristen? I hope.
I think I know the place well enough, yeah.
Well, thank you for joining me.
Well, thanks for being here.
You have an interesting story. What I mean is your background is not bed and breakfast.
Right. When I went to college, I went and got a political science degree because I think I wanted to be a lawyer. I like talking and I like arguing, which I thought meant I wanted to be a lawyer. But it turns out I didn't want to be a lawyer. So when I got done with my political science degree, I had to think about what do I actually want to do. And then I thought, this thing about being a bed and breakfast owner, that sounds like fun. Maybe I should go to culinary school. So then I went to culinary school in Portland. But coming out of culinary school, I got a job at a restaurant in Portland and didn't have any money and didn't have a awesome paying job. So bed and breakfast ownership was not immediate. So I kept working in restaurants and met Kurt. And he thought it was kind of a fun idea too.
Who was your husband?
He is now. Yes,
yes.
I met him.
You met him.
And he wanted to know what I was going to do with my life. And I said, well, I think maybe I want to be a bed and breakfast person. And he started pestering me. He's in finance, so he does a lot of research, which is cool when you're in finance, but when he's your boyfriend, meh. So he would, what does it take to run a bed and breakfast? What would your occupancy rates be? And I had no idea because I'm a dreamer. I think things are fun ideas, but having him ask me these questions made me really start to research, like what is it going to take for me to do this? And living in Portland, I love Oregon. I love that you can get to the coast in an hour and a half. You can get to wine country. You can get to the mountains in an hour and a half. And so I knew I wanted to stay in Oregon. And wine country, which is just an hour south of Portland, was like an obvious tourist destination. So when we started getting more serious and then we got married, we started looking in this direction to see where we could put a bed and breakfast, because we knew Kurt wanted to keep his job, which is in Portland, so he has to commute some. And we knew we wanted to be close enough to wine country that we could use that tourism industry to our benefit. So eventually it was 2005, and Kurt's the planner. So he had an Excel spreadsheet where he had all these numbers filled out. And so we would go out on the weekends to see what property was available. And he would, do his analyzing, and I would get all excited. And then something obvious about the property was wrong. And so then I'd get all sad. And finally I said, we got to limit this. Like, let's go once a month. And so he had plugged in the numbers, and he was thinking we would buy something and open in 2010. But in 2005, he got an email alert that a piece of property was available. And so that weekend we went on the drive and we pulled up to this property and we went, oh, dang it, this is the property, and it's 5 years early.
Here, don't you?
I know, right?
Fog's rolled in, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, we knew we wanted some wow factor, and this view was just too much to pass up. So we started purchasing the property. There was a house that was here already. We call it the half house. It was a gentleman who was building it to be a single-family home. And he started building it in about 2003. And then in about 2004, he ran out of money.
Oh, geez.
And so he stopped construction on it, and for about a year, until he put it up for sale, and we found it in 2005. And during that time, it actually became known as the place where you could go. I think high schoolers and maybe college kids knew that it was the place where you could go. So it was in
some intruders,
disrepair.
Huh? Oh,
yes,
dear.
yes, it was in disrepair when we found it. So so that's how we found it, and then we started construction and whatnot.
I'm going to take you back a little bit because
Okay.
I caught you saying you wanted a bed and breakfast, but you went to culinary school. I would never think to go to culinary school, but you were thinking of the breakfast part of it,
I
right?
was thinking, I grew up in a family where food was really important. My parents actually were from California, so like I was introduced to artichokes back when artichokes weren't cool. And my friends on the East Coast would be like, "What is that your parents served us?" And it was normal to me because food was such a big part of our lives. So my parents both cook, I cook, and then I thought, bed and breakfast, you should know how to do breakfast. So I ended up at culinary school, and then I ended up working in the pastry arts. I had a small wedding cake business there for a little while that I ran out of my home.
And so you're already entrepreneurial. You knew you wanted to do your own business.
Well, it turns out I actually wasn't a very good employee, is what I learned about myself. I'm better at following my own directions than following somebody else's directions.
Good to know.
I'm stubborn, so I think that stubborn people end up in entrepreneurial situations, maybe.
I have a sister-in-law, and she talked about doing a bed and breakfast, and I'm thinking, gosh, you have to have a passion for it because it's got to be a lot of work.
It is a fair amount of work. It is. I am lucky enough to have some good help, so I have a part-time housekeeper. And she does a lot of the cleaning, and now I have an assistant innkeeper who works for me full-time. That's been in the past year. But
And
that's Liz.
Right, we're going to talk to Liz later because she's got a very interesting position here, which we'll discuss with her a little bit later.
Yeah, she does a great job as my assistant innkeeper, as a hostess, takes some of the weight off of my shoulders. We're really pleased with that.
For a while, you did this all yourself.
With the part-time housekeeper, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and how many hours a day did you work?
The funny thing is, my husband has a job in finance. It sounds like a really boring job. And then I have a job as a bed and breakfast owner, an innkeeper, and it sounds like such a sexy job, fun. And it's just a lot of work. I do the cooking.
Tell us about that. I mean, because I know that one of the besides the fabulous views, and we'll take a look at them later, you also pride yourself in your special breakfast. I've had your granola. Oh my God. I was hoping you'd sold it, but you don't.
I don't.
Tell us a little bit about your breakfast.
So we do like a 3-course breakfast, and everything is made on site in home. We do a baked good, which is scones. I'm really known for my scones. But also we've got really good zucchini bread that we make from the zucchini in our summer garden, and muffins, and my dad's nearly world famous blueberry brunch cake. And so we serve one bread item a day, and then we serve a fruit dish as well. Like this morning, it was poached pears with some of our granola, and another day it might be strawberries from a local farmer with a parfait. And then we do an entree. We do either a sweet dish or a savory dish, like hazelnut waffles. And we try and showcase something from the area. So hazelnut waffles. Hazelnuts are grown in Oregon. 99% of U.S. hazelnuts are grown probably within about 50-mile radius of where we are. So we like to highlight that because so many of our guests are coming from out of state that we really like to show off our state and how awesome it is. We have local blueberries on those hazelnut waffles, and of course bacon, because bacon.
Yes.
But then we do a savory entree as well, and cheese souffle with some local Tillamook cheddar cheese in it, and then a little side salad. So if you're more into sweet dishes, that'll be one day, and then the next day, if you're more into savory dishes, you'll be a little bit happier that day. So highlighting what is made here locally is really important. And what I try to do is I do something that's somewhat normal, but then maybe just has a little tweak to it to make it more unique. So we do a pesto scramble with
making me hungry.
I know. That is one of the troubles of working here. But we do a pesto scramble, but instead of using basil for my pesto, I make it out of nasturtium leaves, which is an annual flower that I grow just to be used culinarily. So I make pesto out of the nasturtium leaves. So it's pesto scramble which sounds normal, but then there's just a little tweak to make it unique.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you get to use a lot of your creativity. Obviously, you're a very creative person. Now, you have such beautiful views, and you've got decks all over. So sometimes you ever have breakfast outside?
We try very hard. It's April, and so we haven't had any outside yet this year. But usually towards the end of April, if we have some, stalwart individuals with proper clothing, we'll serve breakfast outside. And we will try every day that we can. We will put breakfast outside.
Well, with the views, we can't really show too many good views today, but we will get some good shots when the sun comes out one of these days.
Well, what's great is in the summer, Vista Balloon Adventures takes off from the airport, which you can see
Newburgh
from here. So we serve breakfast at 8 o'clock and at 9 o'clock. So the 8 o'clock people sometimes get to see the balloons up in the air and then landing. So
it's great in the summertime. I've seen them. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's another way to travel wine country is the balloons.
Yes.
Now, you said 95% of the people are from out of state. How do they hear about you?
The internet is an amazing thing these days. So we are, these days, probably Google. People Google Oregon Wine Country Hotel, Oregon Wine Country Bed and Breakfast. We actually, there's not a lot of hotels in this area of a certain caliber.
Yeah, I was going to use that word, but that's you got it.
Yeah.
No, well, I understand. I can see it.
There's a variety of choices, but there aren't a lot of upscale options for lodging. That's how I would say it. And so we end up getting a lot of people who've never stayed at a bed and breakfast before, and they have an image in their head of what a bed and breakfast is, and it's a lot of doilies and maybe a room full of dolls that are all staring at you. All those stereotypes.
Well, you're a pretty young owner, so
well, yeah,
got a younger twist on it.
It is. TV can provide a lot of humor to bed and breakfast, though, by making them kind of funny and creepy. And so we're more on the modern side of things. There's not a lot of there's no doilies, and there's not a lot of frilly things around. So people are surprised when they come that this is not what they expected, and so we turn them into bed and breakfast goers.
Pleasantly surprised, I would think.
Yes, pleasantly
and
surprised.
do you have a lot of repeat guests?
Yeah, we do. We do. For folks that are there's some folks who come to wine country because they're coming to wine country and they're going to buy wine. And those folks tend to come and buy their wine a lot because we make fabulous wine.
Oh,
Not me
absolutely,
personally, but then there's other people who come because they want to visit Oregon. And they're staying a couple of days, and next year they're not going to come back to Oregon, but they've come and they come to wine country. So we get a bit of both.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice. We're going to talk about your rooms. In fact, we're going to take a tour in a little bit of your rooms.
Yes.
Because how many rooms do you have, by the way?
We have 5 guest rooms.
5 guest rooms?
4 of them all have views and private decks, and then we've got one that looks off the front of the house, so that's our more value-priced room.
So, yeah, it's very affordable. So you probably have 2 guest rooms, so when you're full, would it be 10 people?
10 people.
Do you have an age range? I mean, like, what I mean by that, do you limit it to like 12 and up over, or?
We do say that we allow children 12 and older to stay, but we do have a limit of 2 people to room.
Right.
So if mom and dad are coming and they're bringing the teenage kids need to have their own room. They're not going to be sleeping on a cot.
And no pets?
No pets, correct.
Okay, yeah, well, I can understand. This is a level, I mean, nothing wrong against pets, but...
Well, there are great places for pets, and they make accommodations for that, but we don't,
And how often are you open?
We're open all year round.
No holidays? Do you
No
open
holidays.
Christmas? Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I know the day after Thanksgiving is one of the biggest weekends in wine country.
I do make arrangements for people to check in on Thanksgiving. That does
Do you have
happen
Thanksgiving?
regularly.
I know you have a wonderful breakfast. I know you don't have other meals, but on Thanksgiving, do you do something special?
No, legally we are required to not serve any food beyond breakfast.
Oh, legally? I didn't know that.
So we are on a residential lot. This is, we're zoned, to get technical, we're zoned agriculture forestry, 10. So we're about 10 acres, and it's supposed to be used for agriculture and forestry.
Okay.
And you can put a house on that property as well. And then with that house, you can do certain things. One of them is have a bed and breakfast.
Okay, so just breakfast.
We cannot have a commercial building on this site. Yeah.
You know, we're going to take a tour of this house, and this way Kristen can explain each of the beautiful, fabulous rooms she has here.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a tour now. Okay, Kristen, this is called the Oregon Coast Room?
Yeah, so we made all 5 of our rooms reminiscent of some part of Oregon. So this is our Oregon Coast Room. So I made the sign using some sea glass that I bought at Michael's.
Beautiful.
But still sea glass.
Creative.
And then if you come in.
I'll come in and stand over here. I don't want to get in the way. There's just so many beautiful things to see.
So we've painted this with a nice sea glass green to evoke all those great colors from the Oregon coast. This room is special to me because my dad, you know, we moved around a lot when I was a kid because my dad was in the Coast Guard. So one of the pieces of art is a painting of a helicopter that my dad would have flown in the Coast Guard doing search and rescue. So this room is on our main floor, so there aren't any steps leading up to it, which is kind of unique among bed and breakfasts. A lot of bed and breakfasts have extra steps that people have to take.
Yeah.
This room has a fireplace here. Oh, here are...
So could somebody with a wheelchair come in here then?
You could. It is not ADA.
Yeah, but they could just come in from the front door. Yeah.
Is what we like to say. So it is accessible. We've got wide doors. We've got grab bars in the bathroom, and this great fireplace. They've got the deck outside, and each one of our decks has a heater outside, so you can be out on the deck when maybe when it's not raining, but when it's still chilly in the evening, because you know we have great wine country because of that wind that comes down and cools everything off. It also can cool off our guests, but we've got the heaters out there.
It's good for the Pinot Noir, I know that.
Right, right.
This is just, I love your detail to your bathrooms and everything.
Yeah,
really nice.
So it's probably too dark in here.
Oh, I love your light. Well, you can give it a good shot.
So this is a barrier-free shower in here. So that's another thing that makes it good for folks who have trouble getting around. If you're using a walker or a wheelchair. My mom has knee replacement surgery, so this is her favorite room. There's no stairs for her to deal with. So each of our rooms has its own attached private bathroom, which is important for our guests.
The room is so nice and I love it, but I can't help looking at the view. The view just overwhelms me.
Isn't it great?
And the weather's not even nice, and it's still so beautiful.
We're looking out over Newburgh here mostly. You can see the Dundee Hill. That's the backside of the Dundee Hill there in the distance.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous.
On the 4th of July, we can see fireworks.
Oh, how fun.
Legal and unsanctioned.
This is the only bedroom downstairs, right?
It is the only bedroom
so
on the main
go upstairs.
floor.
I'll
Let's go upstairs.
I'll follow you. They'll follow
so this
you
is our Oregon Trail room. We made this a rustic one to celebrate the history of the Oregon settling.
Wow.
This log bed, actually, I found it on Craigslist. I was on Craigslist every day for months until I found the perfect bed, and I love this. This one, it is made from driftwood from Lake Coeur d'Alene in Idaho.
It's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Oh, geez, look at the detail in it. This is real. I mean, this is the way it was.
This is the way it came up as driftwood. Yep.
And look at these.
We've got some nice robes for our guests and slippers in the closet. This one is our room without the valley view.
But you have a waterfall.
Exactly. Our waterfall feature is captured here. And if guests leave the window open, you can hear that nice, gentle rustling. We've also got a skylight in this room. So
this looks very masculine, very nice.
We did go for that, see how it looks like a water pump?
Oh yeah, the sink. Yeah. The sink is great. Yeah.
We tried, when I was picking out all the bits and pieces of construction and decor, I tried to make each room be really unique to.
You are so talented. You're a chef, you're a decorator, you're an entrepreneur.
I'm trying.
God,
definitely.
I thought I knew how to do stuff.
But you know, you mentioned, I think you've seen our photo album, that my parents helped out. We put everybody to work, and so my dad made these nightstands.
That's an old treadle sewing machine, isn't it?
It's a sewing machine. So I bought the sewing machine table, And then I took out the sewing machine, and my dad built a top for it. So it's giving that frontier feel to this room.
And we've got some antiques there too.
Yes, this is a stereograph where you can look in it and see 3D.
Oh wow!
Do you see 3D?
I do. It's a man with a dog.
Yeah, if you slide it back and forth.
Oh wow, that's cool.
You can get better and less.
It says some falls, Columbia River. Oh wow, that's an old Columbia River.
There you go, the Columbia River. Yeah.
So everything's Oregon, and we're on the Oregon Trail.
That is the goal. Yeah.
This is cool. This is cool. I guess I'll let you take me to the next room.
Yeah.
I don't know which way we're gonna go.
So the rose garden.
Yeah. Oh look, this is more feminine.
This is more feminine, exactly. So the rose garden. What part of Oregon does this one nod to, Pauline? Or Rose Garden?
Oh, Rose Garden. Yeah, the Oregon Garden, Portland. Absolutely.
Portland?
And Portland's the Rose City.
Portland is Rose City. So this was our Portland. We didn't go full on Portland. We went Portland-esque. So
okay.
by going with the Rose Garden.
Yeah, no.
So they've got their own deck with their own heater on it. They've got a view.
Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That curtain pulls down and becomes
it's beautiful.
a blackout curtain.
You've got the high ceiling, so you don't feel, closed in. It's small, but it's roomy.
I've only bumped my head on this ceiling maybe 7 or 8 times in 12 years.
Place to put their clothes.
Yep, we've got a little closet.
And I tell you, your bathrooms are amazing. They're all so unique. So well appointed.
This bathroom has a clawfoot tub. It also has a separate shower in it. I don't know if you've ever tried to take a shower in a clawfoot tub.
No.
Oh my goodness. They're a lot smaller on the inside than they look on the outside. So we put a shower in here too.
Oh, I love you. Oh, everything is so pretty. And it's so neat the way you put things there. That's great.
This is so far we've seen all queen size rooms.
Look at this. Did you do that? Wine country.
I did that. Yeah.
Too clever. I like this.
So this is our wine country room. This of our queen rooms. This is our most popular queen room, and I'll show you the bathroom in a second. You'll
look, how did you do this?
Well, I did hire someone to do that. She put grape leaves on the ceiling.
Oh my God!
She used joint compound and an icing bag. She was decorating, and I have a cake decorating background. And I was like, I could have done that.
Oh, you do enough.
But yeah, I was.
I love this. This is so beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
This artwork is from Jeannie Cuddyford. She's one of the artists locally who participates in the Art Harvest Studio Tour.
That's one thing about Oregon wine country: art, wine, food. It all comes together.
It is.
It's wonderful. It's terrific.
So the bathroom is what makes this room the room.
Another view. Phil's getting the shot there. You can't help it. Even though with the weather, like I said, you just can't gravitate to the
There's nothing wrong with the little liquid sunshine.
No, not if you're an Oregonian. Oh, look, now this tub, this is my tub. This is soak, and it's a jacuzzi, right?
So it's air jetted.
Air jetted,
so
nice.
You don't have the recirculating water.
Hey, bath for 2, huh?
But yeah, it is a 2-person jetted tub, yeah. Exactly. It's got a shower attachment too, so it's functional for anything that you might want.
I mean, I can't stop looking at all the little special details.
But do you see what we use to hold those? Wine racks.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Wow. Clever.
I found those on Craigslist too, but I had to paint them.
Clever. Everything is so special and so beautiful.
And then we've got one more room downstairs.
We're going to go downstairs now,
yes.
Okay. So you have 3 levels.
3 levels, exactly. Did you want to stop and grab a cookie from our cookie jar?
Oh, why not?
It's
Darn
always
it.
full.
You don't have to twist my arm. Oh my God. Look at this.
So those are coconut macaroons. They've got a little chocolate on the bottom because, chocolate.
Mmm.
All right, so downstairs we actually have our library. We've got lots of books here and then games as well. We've got a lot of classic books that my grandmother gave me. So if you're, looking for something to read, I got something for you.
Do people actually read here?
They do, because we don't have TVs in the rooms.
Oh, that's smart.
So they do. We've got some wine country books there too. And then this is our high desert suite. So this is the king's size room. And it also has the indoor sitting area.
Oh my gosh. This is my room. I love this. Look at your table.
So all of the wood in this room came from, there's a guy out in Sheridan who, he's kind of a wood nut. His business is called Wood is Wonderful, and he buys railroad cars full of recycled lumber. So this is all wood. The headboard shows it pretty well too. But this is all wood that came from the Jim Beam
Beautiful.
Warehouse in Ohio. So this is really old reclaimed lumber, and you can see the nail holes are still in there, and the saw marks are still in there. So this one is called the High Desert because, you know, in Eastern Oregon we have a high desert.
You covered all of Oregon.
Yeah, and so this is that masculine room again, kind of that metal and wood.
You know why I'm sitting here? I'm thinking, why would you want to watch television when you can sit here and look at this?
Exactly.
I mean, it's too beautiful. Yeah. I mean, who needs a TV?
We do have a TV room, and I can show you that too.
Oh, we'll see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is, I mean, why would you want to watch TV when you can sit here?
We have the TV room just for you know, those people who absolutely need it, but probably 95% of our guests forget that there's a TV room.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame them. You know what? I can't help looking at your bathrooms. They're
the
all,
tub is
my
similar
favorite.
Again.
But look at this. This is, I feel, it's like a queen.
That 2-person jetted tub. Yeah. We could lock Pauline in this room.
You could lock me here with my macaroon, and I'd be so happy. Yeah, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
This is like an elegant hotel.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. So I'm glad you got that.
Oh, this is cute.
We've got backpacks for picnic supplies for
how
people
nice.
to borrow if they want.
You really do go out of your way to make it nice for everybody.
And then our least used room, the TV room. Yeah.
I can understand why. I'd rather be in that room.
It's cozy, but it's more functional.
Yeah, and that you've got DVDs for people.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And now
we got another fireplace.
But
Very
this
nice.
is one area where guests can interact with each other, or if it's a group of 2 or 3 couples that are coming together, they can gather here in the evening.
Sure. So people can go through here and see what they want to do, and then Liz will help them.
Yes.
And you've got to, they write in the book there. I bet they said a lot of nice things.
We've got the guest book, yep. And we also have a winery tasting room cards. They give complimentary tasting cards. And we find out where they're going, which direction they're heading, and then we steer them to some other places as well, and then supply some tasting room cards.
Thank you so much for the tour. No wonder people love it here. It's absolutely beautiful. Do you have any interesting stories about guests? I don't know what it might be. You know, somebody was just floored by what they saw view-wise or anything. Somebody.
Most people are very floored. I do have some weird stories, but I try and keep those kind of private.
Okay. I imagine, do you have people from the other countries come here?
We've got one family from Korea that the son went to George Fox University in Newburgh, and he works in business between Oregon and Korea. So he's in Oregon often. So he came one year by himself. And then he got engaged, and so he came back to Oregon with his fiancée, and they did their honeymoon here with us for a couple of nights.
Nice.
And then the next year he sent his brother and his parents to come. So we've got a Korean family that's rooting for us all the time.
Yeah.
And Europeans come, Canadians.
I could see people coming here for a honeymoon, for an anniversary, for a special occasion.
Yeah, we get a lot of folks traveling for special occasions.
And if people want to make a reservation, what's the best way to make a reservation?
Well, for us, you need to book direct through either our website or giving us a call.
Okay, so you have a website. Could they email you, or do you rather do a call?
So calling us on the phone to make a reservation, or our website has an online booking engine.
Oh, okay, that's great.
If you're up in the middle of the night and you just
so those are the best two ways.
Yep.
Now, besides your wonderful breakfast, that's one of your amenities. The views are another amenity. The rooms are great. Anything I'm missing?
Well, did you try our homemade cookies yet?
No, but I will before I leave. I tried their granola. Oh my God! I wanted to buy it from them. They don't sell it. So I want to thank you so much, and we're going to talk to Liz too, because she's going to tell us about how that would be the other amenity, how she helps people decide where to go, what to do, and
Right.
you've got a lot of information here for them.
The bed and breakfasts
Yeah.
are local experts for what to do and where to go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to add? I think we covered a lot.
I think we did. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Paul.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Well, we're going to talk to Liz next, so
All right.
keep watching.
I'll be done.
Yeah, yeah. I'm here at Chehalem Ridge Bed and Breakfast, and I'm talking this time not to Kristen, the owner, but to assistant innkeeper Liz Bethel. And Liz, we're going to talk about one of the wonderful amenities here, and that's when people come to spend the night, they also want something to do, and
absolutely.
day and night. And so what do you do for them? What do you provide?
Well, you know, it's always wonderful to have guests from out of town staying, but even guests that come from just locally, which we do get a lot in the winter months. People are coming for a night here, just a night there, just to get away. I just try to find out what their main motivation is for coming to the area, and based on what they're looking for, then I kind of help. You know, we're basically the unofficial tour guides of wine country out here. So I'm helping them decide where to go based on if they like Pinot Noir, if they like big reds, if they're more whites or sparkling wines, based on how much they want to drive, if they want to see certain areas of wine country versus others. So yeah, basically I can help them pull out a map and just plan their day, make sure that they know where to go for lunch, if they have plans for dinner. We have menus here at the inn that we can always help them say, you know, this is what you, if this is what you want, here's a basket full of menus, and you guys can figure out where you want to go. And we just help them make sure that they have the best time that they can out here, because there's so much to do. Not only wineries, but there's hikes they can do, sightseeing, day trips to Portland, to the coast.
So I noticed you have a lot of brochures and maps and about tours, maps of the wine country.
Oh, yes.
You have a ton of stuff, which is great.
Yeah, we work closely with a lot of the just the wine industry,
Yeah.
tourist industry, so that we make sure that that they know that.
So you have outreach to them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And so you have to be quite knowledgeable yourself. I mean, you have to know where the big, because there are a few places that have big reds, but we're known mainly for Pinot Noir. So do you go and visit the different tasting rooms and wineries and vineyards?
Oh yeah, it's a really hard job to do that, but yes. Yes, Kristen, our owner, is a big proponent of her employees and the people that are the faces of Chehalem Ridge Bed and Breakfast knowing as much as they can about the area, so that we're a good representative of you know this
Do you go and
wonderful.
introduce yourself?
Oh,
You come to the different wineries and tasting rooms?
oh yes.
And how
yes.
about the restaurants?
Yeah, I'm lucky enough that I'm quite a foodie myself. So, and then every time my family comes from out of town to visit, I have a lot of family that's from different areas of the country, and I always want to make sure that we're going to a different place every time, so that I have a first-hand experience, so that I know honestly what I can tell our guests, so that when they tell me what they like, what they don't like, what kind of experience they want at a place, and that's down to the atmosphere, whether they're vegan or you know,
that's
so
really
I
going
know
into
exactly
detail.
what you know. Also with their age group and what they're looking out of a vacation, whether they want something more romantic or something that's full of people in life where they can meet other people. You know, I try to talk to them and figure out what that is without asking them too many questions. You know, I think I'm a good innkeeper kind of can adapt to who they're welcoming into their inn, and figure out from the conversation they have what would be the best to suggest.
Let's pretend I'm a guest, and so this is my first time here. Let's say I'm from a different state. I don't know anything about Oregon or wine. So how would you go about helping me?
Well, I would first off ask if you've made any reservations, if you researched the area, nothing like that?
No, I don't know anything.
Okay, well, tonight, are you looking for, if I just welcomed you into the inn, I would make sure that, you know, you had plans for the evening. So, what kind of food are you interested in? Do you like to explore? Are you more of a foodie, or do you know exactly what you want every time?
I like good flavor. I like really good, I don't like a lot of food, but I like good flavor.
Okay, well, there's just a load of wonderful restaurants
and healthy.
here. Okay, and there's usually a dish at most of the restaurants around here, a dish for everybody. So there's always, you know, good fish dish, and then chicken and steak, and we have a lot of chefs around here that are very conscious about dietary restrictions. So I would, you know, just say there's several different ones just in Newburgh, and then even in Dundee, just 20 minutes away, there's a couple other ones. They're very good with wine pairing as well. So if you're into wine,
I really like Oregon Pinot Noir.
Oh yes. So there's several. I mean, there's the Dundee Bistro that was started by the Ponzi family. So they're very cognitive of pairing their wines with their dishes. We've got Subterra in town here that is it's called a wine cellar venue.
I'd like to hike, but it makes me nervous walking on these roads here.
Oh, well, we actually have maps right by the front door that it kind of tells you how long each hike could be, whether they're walking distance from our inn, or if you want to drive to a hike and then go from there. It shows you how much of an incline things are going to be. So, and beyond that, I'm happy to talk to, you know, I mean, it might not be as fun as going to tasting rooms, but I do go on hikes around here too, so that I have that firsthand experience.
And I'd like to take a unique wine tour, a unique one, you know. Is there a fun way to see wine country other than drive?
Oh, yes. There's several in the area. We're happy. Usually when people make a reservation with us, we find out what they're coming here for, and a lot of people, you know, want to do wine country the right way, and so they've never maybe done it before. So we're happy to recommend several different wine companies in the area, and you know, based on what they want. If they want just a driver, or if they want somebody that's actually going to be knowledgeable and tell them about each winery and the differences between the soil and the wind, and you know, how the sun affects, you know, like as deep as they want to go, we have recommendations for that, and we're happy to help them in any way possible. Even if they're here during the day and they're just they go away for the day and they're doing things, and they come to, you know, they want to go to this winery or that winery, we always tell them to give us a call. We're here. We can help you on the spot.
Well, it sounds like you're in good hands with you.
Well, I enjoy helping people.
Did you ever have a challenge, though? Would you ever have a guest that was a challenge, or somebody interesting that you enjoyed working with?
Well, it's a little bit different when people don't come here for wine. You know, but you know, that does, there is so much to do in wine country in relation to wine. But hiking, I always say hiking is great. There's so many parks. There's Shampooey State Park.
So you actually have people come here that didn't come for the wine country?
I know. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. No, I can't. But
we think this is a great location. It's very central, because a lot of our guests come to Portland, and then they want to travel. They want to do kind of a road trip around here. Maybe they're staying for like a week, or even 4 or 5 days.
They can go to the coast and go anywhere.
Exactly. This is a great home base. You come into Portland, you come to wine country for a couple days, you go to the coast for a couple days, you go to the gorge for a couple days. So this is a great stop on the way.
It is a good location,
And with the B&B, the view is amazing, and you
Except not too good today. But you know what? This is what I say. It's so beautiful here. If it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's snowing, if it's still beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has.
Thank you for watching Exploring the Oregon Wine Country. Hope you stay tuned for another edition.